Hi guys, I'm Hai. Welcome back to another video here. Today with a special guest we have Mete. We're gonna start a new series, how Hungary is seen from the eyes of expats. How do you like
Hi.
it? Does it sound okay?
Yes.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Alright. So, I'm Mete. How are you? Can you introduce yourself and describe, to the audience who you are?
Okay. My name is Mete. I'm from Arunachal Pradesh, India. Most of the times when I'm asked how are you Indian, it's because we are from the northeast part of India and we don't really look like the mainstream Indian. So trust me, I'm Indian. If you want to see my passport, I've actually been told, I was in the gym the other day and the guy was just like, where are you from? And I said, I'm from India. And he's like, are you sure? And I'm like, how am I supposed to answer that?
Yeah.
So yeah, from India.
At first time I thought you were Asian as well, so
India is Asian.
Okay, fine, you got me. But still,
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah,
meant.
yeah,
You
same.
could be Vietnamese as well.
Yeah,
easily.
but I actually kind of initially got confused for Korean or Thai, Philippines.
I'm curious about your story here, how you come to choose Budapest. A lot of people don't even know where Hungary is, but you just ended up here.
I'll be completely brutally honest because first of all, I kind of knew about Budapest because of the song, My House in Budapest, man. That's the only thing I knew, honestly, especially in our place because I'm from a very remote area and people in our place are not very much aware of European countries and cultures. So that was the only thing I knew. Little did I know I'll have a house in Budapest sometimes, rent. But obviously, why I chose it because I'll be really honest, I didn't know much about it. I chose it because the agency that I hired to have prospective colleges.
Okay.
So they just said that Hungary is cheap, which is not true, by the way. For most of the people, maybe it is, but coming from India,
What?
we have way more cheaper stuff. We get stuff for 40 forints and we literally have chips and stuff for 40 forints. We can get stuff for 4 forints.
What?
So it's unimaginable for you guys. So yeah.
I've also been to India, but I had the different feeling about it. I thought India was much more expensive.
Oh no. It also depends on the places and demographic. I don't know if that's the correct terminology, but
yeah, okay.
yeah.
I was in Mumbai and
depends.
Delhi.
Yeah, Mumbai, Delhi, the metropolitan cities, they
More
are
expensive.
super expensive.
Okay, then maybe that's fine.
But the food is cheap. The food is cheap regardless.
Okay. So how did you feel when you first entered to Hungary? You settled down in your apartment,
Yeah.
you put down your luggages,
Yeah.
and what's
I was
next?
so excited. I still remember everything is fresh. And from where I come from, we don't see foreigners much. Arunachal Pradesh is the remote part. So you usually see foreigners a bit more in metropolitan cities. So coming here, it was a lot of blonde head, and it was very new thing for us. A lot of blondes, and it was amazing. And the transportation here is on spot is really good.
So which point of interest then have you visited so far, and would you recommend other hotspots
Places
to people?
in here?
First when you get here.
People would usually say Basilica, but I'm a big fan of the bridges.
You have a few here.
Actually climbed the bridge once and it was so good.
The Liberty one, right? The green
where
one.
Will Smith he climbed the bridge, and I was just but I came back halfway because it was very cold and it was kind of scared, and I was thinking about everything in my life. What if I die? La, 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 la. So I just stopped it. And I think the nightlife here is very good. I would definitely recommend nightlife to anyone who comes here. It's pretty so cool. And ruin pubs, Fisherman's Bastion. Yeah, Fisherman's Bastion. Yeah, the rural places, they're really, really, really beautiful. Veszprém and
you've been to outside Budapest already?
Yeah, I saw that.
Nice.
And Szentendre. It's
yeah.
so beautiful. If you come here, you should definitely visit that.
You can actually bike there as well. Bike to
I
Szentendre.
I would love to do that.
Yeah, it would be awesome. And climbing the bridges, it's not really allowed. But
I know this one. You can cut it off. It's not allowed.
No, it's fine. Because the thing is, many people still doing it.
Oh yeah.
And I think it's a great experience as well. So, so you should definitely try it
Someone
out.
said Will Smith did that, and I was I'm doing that. And I'm no.
So what would be your number one tip for someone who's preparing to going to Budapest to study, travel?
Number one tip, I swear, don't use that ATM. It's a rip-off. Don't use that. And secondly, if you come here, please know that not everyone speaks in English, so you might want to be acquainted with how to use Google Maps. I know this is like something very common, but personally I never had to use that, so I didn't know it. So be acquainted with using Google Maps. And the transportation, when you come here, if you have student card, you don't have to pay full. Please make sure you get a mentor of some kind from your college, because that would help you so much. I didn't get one because my agency for some reason didn't tell me that I could do it. If I knew it could be done, like it would have like saved me a lot of money and time.
Let's talk about food. Do you like food?
Yes, I do. I love food.
So how does Hungarian cuisine compare to Indian one?
There's not much common when it comes to cuisine between Indian food and Hungarian food, but when it comes to our tribal food, we have something that is so similar to goulash, and that's one of the reasons I like goulash. But otherwise, I like langos But to be honest, like most of the Indian people, they kind of feel like the Hungarian food is bland. Please don't give me hate for this.
What?
But that Hungarian food is bland, but it's just an Indian perspective. For me, I personally really love it. But for some of them, they find it a bit bland. But I think it's really good.
Do you think they're salty?
Oh yes, yes. Hungarian foods are really salty, to be honest.
What was your worst and best experience so far here in Budapest? How many years have you been here?
I've been here for like at least 4 years now. The worst experience that I can instantly recall is there was this time when I was in where you get the tickets from, the transportation tickets.
Oh, okay.
So when I was there was this person who was asking me money, I think, and I didn't pay much attention to her because I had to put my student ID, and she actually spat on the screen, and I was like, why would you do that? Just why? So yeah, that was the worst one, but the good ones are the people I met here, my boyfriends.
Oh, you have a Hungarian boyfriend?
Yes, I do.
Okay. How does it feel like to, have a Hungarian boyfriend?
It's really different. Hungarian men are not as much emotional as Indian men. I swear this is just my opinion, so please, this can differ from person to person, but they don't express much when it comes to like love and stuff, but you can see that they mean it. It's just if you want them to tell you that they love you and stuff, like you kind of might have to like coax them into saying like, oh, this is my love language, it would be nice if you could remind me often that you love me. And Hungarian men are really tall. At least compared to people in my places, which if someone from my place see this, they will definitely be like nodding their head like, oh, for sure, bro. But like, yeah, they're more tall, and I believe they're really good looking.
Is that an advantage that they are taller?
Oh well, this is such a personal preference. This is completely my opinion and not as an Indian or anything. Like, yeah, I'm into tall guys, so.
Well, is there any language barriers
Oh,
between you two? Or
yeah, the language barriers. Like, if I go to my boyfriend's house and I would like meet their mom, who would like, and she's so nice, and I just feel so helpless trying to communicate, and he's just like translating and like what I'm saying and stuff, but somewhere down the line during the translation, I think a lot of emotions and a lot of thoughts kind of gets missed out. So yeah, language barrier is kind of a problem. I would like, if I had more time, I'd definitely learn more if I could be able to like speak to his mom in Hungarian, it would just be awesome.
What words do you know in
But
Hungarian?
Hungarian language is very difficult, I tell you. It's super difficult to learn.
That's correct.
Yeah, it's really difficult to learn.
Do you know any phrases, words, apart from language?
I do, obviously, but Hungarian people are known for their cursing, that's for sure. So I wouldn't say those, but usuals are Köszönöm szépen, sziasztok, szia, hogy vagy. This is very difficult. Hogy vagy, I kind of like I did a lot. Jó ested, jó reggelt, goulash. I'm
Nice.
kidding, yeah.
Culture differences, biggest shock between Hungarian and Indian, like, oh, why would you do that? Or I
Oh
don't
my
know,
god,
something
the biggest shock and culture difference was, I swear, it's like the cleaning of nose in public or when you're eating
Yeah.
in a restaurant. In India, if you do that, like we are just like, why would you do that in front of us, you know? So the first time when I was in McDonald's and someone was blowing their nose when I was eating, I just got shocked, like how is it possible? But I realized here that it is normal for people to like clean their nose with a tissue wherever, but it's actually, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's actually rude or like weird to like do this.
Yeah.
So when I used to like, when I arrived at and I used to do, they were just like, why are you doing it? Oh, and the culture shock, tongue cleaner, it's so weird.
What?
I wish I would sometime make it so. There's this thing, in India, if you're from India, you know what we used to clean our tongue with, like tongue cleaner. They don't use it in here. So anytime I would be like having tongue cleaner, every Hungarian friend of mine would be like, what is this? And I would be like, it's for cleaning your tongue. And they're like, we just use brush. But yeah, somewhere down the line, these kind of differences are very fun.
What? So you have a separate tongue cleaner?
Yeah.
Okay, you gotta show me how that looks like. I've never seen that before. Wow. Okay. So do you miss anything from your country?
Definitely
food.
And yeah, I kind of miss my friends obviously sometimes, but if I had to say one thing, it would be food. I miss because the food that I get in my northeast country, you can't even find in the Indian stores in here. I'm from the northeast part of India. Our cuisines are completely different from the mainstream India.
Okay.
So the food that we get in Arunachal Pradesh, in my place, we don't get it anywhere outside of our place. Nowhere in the entire world.
Okay.
So like if you want to taste our cuisine, you have to get it there.
Right. That sounds like a hidden gem. So you gotta show us like how to do this next time. How would you make Hungary better? Like just one more thing that you would add so that it feels much more home for you.
I would
so that you can live your life here.
I would just wish there was more job opportunities for English-speaking students, because as a student I really would look for like part-time jobs for obvious reasons, but because I don't speak in Hungarian, it limits my job opportunities, even if it's part-time, even if I want to be like working in a pizza or McDonald's. So that I think it's something, it would be wonderful if I could like English, so I could like learn anything or work anywhere.
If you could go back like 4.5 years, would you change your mind going to Budapest?
No way. To be honest, I had the option to choose between Budapest and Australia, and I kind of look back and think like sometimes when I get annoyed, I should have chosen Australia, but someone told me it's cheaper, and I don't think it is, but I also see why it would be, because it is compared to rest of the European countries. But I would not change anything, because the people I found here, the relations I built here with the people I met, it was just, and the things I learned here, I cannot imagine me not going through those and not learning those life lessons. It's making me grow so much more as a person, so I would definitely not change it for the world. I don't know like what would have happened if I chose Australia, but I would not change anything. Definitely choose it again, but I would keep in mind the things I shouldn't have done with using that ATM, and yeah, that's all. Okay, so that's it for now, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed Mete's story in Budapest and see Hungary from a lovely Indian girl perspective. So if you like her, give us a like and subscribe, and let us know in the comments where you're from, right? Because next time we can interview you as well and have a talk, have a chat. And I also would say, like, if you're coming here as a student and you want a rent owner, he deals with rents and stuff, and this is personally like my opinion, he didn't ask me to say this, he's really cool with students, because as a student you will have a lot of problems with finding the right landlord, and it can get messy. So finding the right landlord who is like compatible to you is very important, because you'll be away from home and you want to be in a place that you feel safe and secure, and that if you have problems you can reach out to them. So yeah. Wow, thank you, Mete. That sounds like a sponsored video. Alright, bye bye, until next time. Thank you, bye.